Wow, that was fast. This is Sergio Saya. Welcome back to Real Estate Reality. We are talking about the reality of real estate today and getting your house ready for the spring market. And if you're a buyer, getting you ready for the spring market. If you are a buyer, you better be fast, my friend. You better be fast. So we were talking just briefly about negative smells in the house and the need to create what we call a negative atmosphere. A negative atmosphere is having either odorless or scent, just delicate scents in the house. Febreze is good. Vanilla and cookies are great. Baking are great. Things like that are really good. We are going to talk about what you're going to be doing, right? If you're selling the house on your own, you really don't have a choice. But we're talking about selling your house with a broker, which is highly recommended, folks. Do not make the mistake of trying to sell it on your own because you will lose $50,000 to $60,000, guaranteed. One of the first things that you need to do when your broker is doing an open house, hosting an open house, is remove yourself from the premises. You do not want to be there. Why do you not want to be there? Well, first of all, make sure that all of your valuables are stored away, not within eyesight, not within grab sight. Not that we don't, as realtors, not that we don't follow people around and make sure that the house is safe and secure, but you never know. You need, if you're going to sell your house, get your valuables, put them out of the way. Don't leave them out. Whatever it is, even if it's not valuable in terms of money, but it's valuable in terms of emotional, take those things, store them away. They don't need to be out, right? The reason why you want to remove yourself from an open house is because you want people to have the freedom to look, take their time, digest the house, because nobody really buys a house and makes a snap decision. You have to remove yourself so that people can take their time, not feel that they're being looked at, not being profiled or anything like that. You want to remove yourself. You want to turn on all the lights in the house. Why do we want to do that? Because it makes the house look bigger. A brighter space looks bigger than a dark space. Dust, remember we were talking about pet hair and dander. Dust the house, make sure that there's no dust anywhere, no dander, vacuum the house. Make sure that your walls, a lot of people just leave their walls scuffed up or dirty. Dude, use some Windex or Fantastic, something that will clean those walls. Do not leave dirty walls. Especially if you have pets, sometimes they rub against the wall and they leave a film. Clean that stuff up before you're having people looking at the house. Declutter the house. Clean out all of your countertops in the kitchen, by bedside, the nightstand, the coffee tables. Declutter everything. The better the house looks. The pets. Remove the pets. If you can take the pets with you, go on a car drive, go to a pet gym or a pet, I don't know what they're called, those places that you bring your dogs and cats, the dog runs, I think they're called, and remove any distractions from the house because you want people focusing on the house and on the agent that's telling them what is going on with the house, what the most important things are, the special features of your house. And believe me, your agents are talented and they are very well aware on how to show your home. If you're showing your home by yourself, by the way, which I don't recommend, do not follow the people around. Do not show them that this is the kitchen, this is the dining room. People, they're aware of that. You don't have to tell people this is the kitchen. You'd have to be an idiot not to know what a kitchen looks like. Come on. Now we're going to be talking about buyers because we're running down on time, okay? What should a buyer be doing in this market? Well, the first thing that you need to do as a buyer is try to educate yourself and try to understand through your agent. You need to understand your agent. Buyers more than ever today need a real estate agent. And no, a real estate agent just doesn't open doors, folks. I can't believe that people have the gall to say that real estate agents just open doors and that's all that they do. No, that's not all that they do. A real estate agent can introduce you and educate you and make you make an offer that is going to get you the house. But not only that, they're going to keep your deal together. Educate yourself, learn what the market is like. And the reason why I say that is because in the type of market that we have now, okay, let's talk about the market the way it is now, that buyers don't have really a good chance to buy houses fast. They have to compete with 20 other people. You need to know what is a good price, what is a fair price, and what is a bad price. All right? You need to know what's out there in the market, so you need to educate yourself. What are things that you should be looking for as a buyer? Well, obviously, number one is location. We always say that. Number two is utility. The house has to have a certain utility for you. The house has to make sense. How many bedrooms do you need? How many kids do you have, if you have any? How many pets do you have? Are you planning on growing? Is this your first house that you're buying and you're going to be growing into it and then maybe move when you grow out of it? So all of these things are necessary. You know, how's the market? Will you be able to grow into this house? Will you be able to sell it? I'm telling you that because when I bought my house in 1988, the market went down, right? The market went down. I was stuck in that house. Not that I was stuck because I loved that house, but I was there for 18 years. And both my kids grew up there. I was on the Bayshore Brightwaters border on Long Island. And then when my daughter Samantha was 6 years old, we moved to St. James. But that's how long it took the market to catch up to where I could actually have equity. So think about this market. This market could actually be the same market as it was in 1988. Not everybody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about 2004, 2005. But back in 1988, that's where we were, my friend. The other thing, what I was just talking about, you need to look at the resale value. So today, one of my agents was talking to me about a house that is a 2-bedroom house, and it's a Cape. Superly high, expensive, overpriced, and they're bidding on it. There's bidding wars on it already. There's 20 people that are putting offers on this house. But it has 1 bedroom up and 1 bedroom down. What are you going to do if you have kids? You're not going to be able to use the bedroom that's downstairs. Nobody puts their kids downstairs when they're little. When they're older, yeah, I can understand. But you need to have the utility. You need to see the force. You have to have the foresight. Like, for example, buying a house right next to the power lines. Think about that. What's going to happen when you go to sell it? You know, buying a house right next to the railroad. Okay, it might be convenient for a conductor, but it might not be convenient for 99% of other people. What type of repairs does the house need? Visualize that before you spend the money to get an inspection done to the house, because that costs money. How affordable is it? I see a lot of people today, younger people, first-time home buyers, making themselves house rich. What I mean by house rich, my interpretation of it, is that you have a house, but you got to eat rice or spaghetti every day in order to afford it. If your quality of life is going to stink, but you're going to own a house that you're going to be in debt for the next 30 years and it's not going to appreciate as fast as they have been appreciating, I don't know, you're putting yourself in a bad position. Rentability and entertaining. Now, young people, the first-time home buyers usually, like to entertain. They like to have people come over. If your house is too small, it's no good. I'll tell you what I did when I bought my first house. We were in the same spot. 1988, we were only able to afford, with my salary and my wife's salary, a 2-bedroom house. And it was just too small for us. So what we did was we raised our price and we bought a house that had an apartment in it. Consequently, we bought a house that was twice the size as what we could afford, but now we had the ability to rent it, and the tenant, the rent, would subsidize our mortgage. So the rent would make up the difference. And that's something that you guys should do, okay? Always think of keeping the house. Don't think about just buying a house. Think about buying it and keeping it and become rich and wealthy. I will see you next week.